All right, so I just want to say hello to everyone who has joined us live. We are live streaming not just to Facebook, we are on Periscope, and we are, of course, thank you for everyone who has joined the webinar. I just want to say it is a pleasure always to be here. My name is Rachel Feldman, and I help coaches strategically to build online and offline businesses. And I know how to do that because I did that myself, and I did it in a way that created a very profitable business. I did this online, I did this offline. I think I have done any different kind of health coaching that you can possibly imagine, from shopping tours to working moms groups, gyms. I've collaborated with spas, acupuncturists, doctors, and I really enjoyed building my practice. And the reason I became a business coach was because coaches started asking me, how did you actually create a practice that worked? And that was organically how I became a business coach. And the reason that I created the Done For You programs was, at the time that I was coaching, there were not programs out there that could create a system for my clients. The system was always here, and I was fumbling through handouts in the beginning of my practice. I made $13,000 my first year. I made $27,000 my second year. And although that seems good to many people, that was not going to be a revenue that I could live on for my family. You don't need the full story, but the short story is that we lost our savings in the crash of the stock market. That was my husband's business. And I knew that this business was the business that was in my soul. And I had left commercial real estate. And I said, and I made a decision that I was going to support my family as being a health coach. So at that year 2 mark, when I saw that I was struggling, I was tired, I felt overwhelmed, session notes were taking me a long time. And I saw that even though I was converting clients on the phone and I was having success, I wasn't doing it in a way that I knew could be easier. I also didn't have a system that I was saying to people on the phone. And what I have seen and what I know to be true is that we live in a world where people are system driven, meaning we love when we hear, you will get well in 7 days, or you will thrive in 30. We live in a magic bullet kind of world. And so what I have seen in my practice, and what I realized the moment that one of my clients said to me, and here I was, a detox specialist after 4 different schools, she said, Rachel, I'm doing this 21-day detox from this magazine. And I said to her, I could have helped you with that. And she said, it's just laid out. It's so easy. That was the aha moment that I had. And I realized I needed that for my own business. I put the first detox program, the one that you see on the site at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. I put that immediately into action. I started writing it, creating the recipes. And within 2 weeks that I put that on my crappy website, I had phone calls from a magazine asking to interview me. I had people locally that wanted to hire me. I was reaching out. I felt confident to walk into local places and health food stores and say, I have this great program. I also have a signature PowerPoint presentation. Would you like to collaborate with me? And that is the beginning and not the end of the story, but really what you need to know is that it is possible to make money. You can do it. And a lot of coaching is not the knowledge that you have, although completely necessary, but it's your confidence, the system, and what your clients need to hear from you on the marketing part. I didn't know that when I graduated school. I thought that it was going to be enough of what I knew, and little did I know there was so much marketing and so much of that delivery and so much of what people needed to hear from me and able to convert them from a strategy session or sell those higher ticket, you know, VIP or those 3-tier work with me and get people to online or offline. And so over time, I realized that I couldn't just depend on my one-on-one. People couldn't always afford that. That led me to my first do-it-yourself program. That was the only reason I created that. It wasn't that people were talking a sales funnel. It's that people couldn't afford me. And so over time, when I hit that 6 figures, that was because I had multiple ways to work with me, different financial ways to work with me, ones at different levels. And so that's what we're really going to talk about tonight. Ways to make your business healthy in the ways that you want to make your clients healthy, and ways that are not complicated, and ways that even if you're a brand new coach, or even if you've come into this business and you want to rebrand or you want to up level, I want to de-overwhelm this for you. I want to take this back to a foundational level. This blueprint talk and this overwhelming talk that we hear on Facebook can get me even sometimes, and it doesn't have to be. So I just want to preface this by saying I'm really excited to talk about the Done For You programs. This is part of what I do. I am a business niche coach, but I created the Done For You programs because I wholeheartedly believe that we all do need programs. I know so many of you, you're brilliant, you're smart. There are things that we are often deficient in. It's time. It's time. You can all create a program, but most of you don't have the time to. You have loved ones, or you have children, or you're working a 9 to 5, or maybe it's just not your zone of genius to create that program. The other is money. Sometimes you just don't have the team to put that together. This takes hours and a lot of money for us to put this together, between the recipes with a chef that you will not find in a book, between the design and everything that we do. This takes us an entire season from the time we shut the door on the season before, to create these next programs. And I 100% believe, and I can say this with conviction, because the reason I know I had a very successful practice was that I had a lot of different programs in my arsenal, in my back pocket, so that I could work in a range with different people, with different health issues, and educate them with the different programs that I had. So that's what we're going to talk about, is how to strengthen your business with you at the forefront, how to create a business that is sustainable, and how to do it so that you don't feel overwhelmed, you don't want to pull your hair out, and you don't want to quit. If you can pop questions in the chat box, that would be great. If you have questions for live Q&A questions, I will answer them all. Trust me, I will get to them. And Michelle, who is my just right-hand woman and my copywriter, she will be answering all questions. So let's just buckle our seatbelt. Let's get down to business. And I'm really excited to get this presentation started. Okay, so bear with me while Okay, so here we are at the Fall Done For You program kickoff call, and that is me, Rachel Feldman. So if you are coming back if you are here for the first time, I just want to welcome you, really, really welcome you. If you are a new coach, I want to tell you, take a deep breath. It is really going to be okay. I know that you have heard things like build your list, and I'm going to tell you that is extremely important. Don't make the mistake. And one of the videos that I saw today from a good friend of mine, as well as an email from a really successful lifestyle brand entrepreneur, He even said, do not think that list building is, something not to focus on. He said so many people sit there and they do not list build and they focus for 4 months on like a podcast. It's not to say that focusing on a podcast is not important, but if you have a list of like 100 and 200, that's not going to be enough. Focus on list building, which is the reason that you see all the brand new opt-in freebies at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. It's why also you see in our brand new systems on the homepage, as well as any of our programs, we strategically look at the systems and the programs that we create to put the opt-in freebies in there based on what we see for your niche and what we see for that program, what would be appealing for the person that you are working with or the potential person that you're working with to download, to opt in. And that opt-in leads them to that webinar. So just remember, we strategically pick that, which is why I believe that we're really different from a lot of programs out there. We as a team sit down and really think, what would be special for your client? And when you see on the homepage how we picked actually these systems for you, because a lot of coaches, even if you're in, the later stages of your business, you may not have a team. It may be me, myself, and Irene. That is your team. And I was there for a long time in my business. And you might be like, my niche is hormones, or it's digestive wellness, or it's, it's cleansing. And how do I strategically take them from point A to Z? So I want you to look at the systems. The difference this time is that our systems get a 15% off the whole entire system, as well as VIP. The 20% that you will see tonight, this code right here, that is for one program. That is not for the VIP and not for the systems and does not apply to opt-in freebies. So I want you to think as we go through this webinar, what is right for you based on your niche. This is the group of people that you serve. And it also relates to your own story. So just a little about me. I am a business coach. I had my own health issues. You can go to my site and find out what they are. Just real simple. Autoimmune. It's pretty much standard these days, but I had gut issues, ulcerative colitis, got bit by a Lyme tick. That was really fun when I was pregnant. That led me, and I had health issues for a long time, that led me to go to school and learn about what is this happening. When I graduated, I realized there is something bigger. Why is the rise of autism? Why is the rise of an autoimmune? Why is the rise? What is going on? And this really has to come down to what? Toxicity, toxic load, environmental issues, all of this. And so that's what led me to be, to really dive into detoxification and cellular regeneration at another level, which led me to 3 different schools and 4 different levels of certifications. I do believe in the power of essential oils. I believe in any natural solution out there because the toxic load is so high. So the reason that I created the detox wasn't just because I think this is a 4-time-a-year gig. I think this is a daily reprieve. And then I think that it also, of course, comes down to our gut. And then if our gut's messed up, our hormones are messed up. And if our hormones are messed up, we are not digesting properly, we're not thinking properly, and then all of a sudden we're having intolerances and all that, and it's just a myriad and it's a roller coaster. So I always say, in these webinars, what drives me, it's my family, it's my life, it's you guys, because I started out as a health coach. I cried over websites and MailChimp and trying to figure out all that stuff and trying to put programs together. And it was hard. And so when coaches, say, this is really hard, how do I get clients? I get that. I really do. And that's why when we create programs and there's so much social media and we put a social media package in, or we put, you know, an offline package in, or a launch kit, or we put photos in the Rockstar packages, we do that for a reason. We do that because I remember spending an hour in PicMonkey, an hour making a Canva image. We know how long it takes to create a PowerPoint. And if you look at the PowerPoint systems that we have in the Rockstar Detox, or in Sugar Repair, or in the brand new Adrenal Restart program, you will see how extensive everything we do is, because we're thinking of every step that you need to take to deliver quality information. And not just quality information, but every step of the way. Does the PowerPoint relate to the webinar? Does the webinar then lead them to your program or lead them to a strategy session? Can you use this as an evergreen webinar? Can you use the social media to tie in to the story of the main program? And the answer is yes. If you look in the Adrenal Restart, if you look in the Detox, we have the 21 days of social media. That means that we are thinking fast forward for you, strategically thinking and saying, of course they need pre-launch and open cart and launch. You need these images. And how long would it take you to create them? So I encourage you, as I'm even talking, to open up another window and go and look at the www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com as I'm talking, so you even see what is she talking about as I mentioned these programs. Now, many of you, I hope, looked at your money-making workbook. Many of you, if you've heard me before, and if this is the first time you've been here, awesome. I want you to let us know. Let Michelle and I know if this is your first time, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're, you know, watching this later, even on YouTube, or drop it on the chat box, because I just want to say thank you for being here. And if it's second time around, then you know that I do many live streams on how to make money as a health coach and how it's possible, but that it isn't just possible just from your one-on-one. It's possible to get clients, but many of you know just from your one-on-one, and I have to take out one of my calculators, just from your one-on-one, you have to be charging a good amount of money then to, you know, let's say charging 600, you have 10 clients, so you're at 6,000, right? 6,000 times 10, 60,000, another, you know, another 6,000, so you're at 72. So, okay, 10 clients, but that means that you have to keep those 10 clients every month. So let's say that you have other streams, and this is why we wanted you to start thinking before you got to this webinar, where are you making this other money? Have you looked at your sales funnel to really think, do you have people that may not be able to afford your one-on-one coaching? Are you not at 600 yet? Are you at more? How do you want to be working with people? Do you have opportunities like this where you're in a middle range of a gateway program, where those people who maybe couldn't afford to work with you one-on-one have another opportunity? Or, and I've said this before, take Sally. Sally is a type A driven person who, she doesn't want to work with you one-on-one. She maybe needs it, but she doesn't want to be told what to do. We all know a Sally, right? Sally would prefer really to just be in a group. She is a self-paced kind of person. She is the person who just says, just give me what you're going to have me do. And really, and also Sally is a runner. She loves to be in marathons. She is a hardcore athlete. Then you have Jackie. Jackie is really overwhelmed in life. She has like 3 kids. She has gained a lot of weight. She is trying to do like at-home workouts. It is not working out at all. Jackie is saying to her friends, her family, everyone, like, I need help. I don't even know what to do. Jackie's friend says, I saw this health coach. She really looks great. Jackie immediately contacts you and just says, sign me up for a strategy session. Whatever you feel I need to do, just tell me. And whatever the price is, I am ready. We all know a Jackie. Then you have Sally. Did I say Sally? Let's say Jessica. Then you have Jessica. And Jessica actually and her husband want to get healthy. They are both not like energy, adrenal issues, gut issues, food allergies. The kids also get sick a lot. There's just the family needs a reboot. And they want to come in as a couple. The husband's really busy. He travels. So they need a combination. And so they need a VIP day. Then the wife needs some support. The husband is going to be there with some phone calls. And the mom would love if you did a group for her friends. Do you offer that? So she doesn't need constant support. She would rather do something with her friends. I take you through this because these are all experiences, hence not the real names, that I've had. And I'm sure you'll have them too. So I want you to ask yourself, do you have a program that you can do with a group of women or friends? Do you have that even on your 3-tier work with me page? Do you have a 3-tier work with me page? A single session, 2 months, 4 months, or 2 sessions, 3 months, 6 months? Do you have this mapped out where you have your opt-in freebie leading to 2 tripwires? And a tripwire is where you go, oh my goodness, this is so good. This is like a recipe book for like $7. What do? You trip into it because it's so good. How can you not get it? And then they trip into a nurture sequence. And that nurture sequence is your, what we call first date. You tell them about you. What was your story? How are you going to lead them to maybe a free group or possibly an online program with you, or possibly a strategy session, or possibly a webinar? How are then you going to lead them to an opportunity to work with you? These are all things that you can see on the site. Easy weight loss is a great gateway. Grain-free. Any gateway program is typically anything from 4 days to 21 being the highest. Signature programs are often, it doesn't mean that the detox can't, but when I create a signature program, I actually combined. I took the detox and combined it with another. Really, I just made a 30-day group program. So I took the detox, I combined it with grain-free. I took the detox, I combined it with easy weight loss and repeated easy weight loss for 2 weeks. I took the detox because I believe that everyone needs to clean out the body. And our detox is based on whole foods. It's not juicing all day. It's whole foods, body, mind, and spirit. And as we cleanse the body, just like my husband and I did this week, we become more in alignment with soul. And boy, do we need that these days. So when you think about your signature program, you're thinking also about your core values and your message. And this is the key about niche. Too often we just, as health coaches, we're like buying, buying, buying. You want to think about, what are you really trying to convey to the world? And what do you have in place and what do you need to actually have? How do we attract clients? So this is what we talked about on that squeeze page. This is why you signed up. These are actually some of the offerings in Sugar Repair. The opt-in freebies, which you can't see on the left. And these are the PowerPoints. everything we do, I call this the strategic setup, the SS, or strategic systems, the SS. Because everything we do, we're thinking, how does this opt-in freebie lead to this webinar? If the webinar that you're having, the opt-in freebie can even be a gift. The opt-in freebie can be on your website, leading them with an email. Say thank you to Michelle for the many writing, which would cost you so much. Is the thank you to a follow-up leading to a webinar that is evergreen, leading to a strategy session with you. See, so many of you, your work can really work for you. That webinar that you do once can be repeated and repeated and repeated. So how do we attract clients? See, if we really sit there and say, what are our clients' pain points? And we map those out, which is why that course that I have on your Health Coach Biz, I take you through a system. You have to understand and nail down your niche. You really have to understand how to launch. This isn't just to launch a program. This is launch your business. We need opt-in freebies. Not just one, guys. One does not allow you to test. So before you go and spend thousands of dollars on Facebook ads and boosting and boosting and boosting, God, buy a few opt-in freebies. Really see what your people need. And if you say, and how many of you, I won't look, but I just want to see some raised hands. How many of you are not getting people to sign up for your opt-in freebies? If that is not happening, you have to reverse engineer. And the reverse engineer has to happen where you have not then nailed down your pain points. So the reverse engineering has to happen where maybe you're posting a lot, you're going on Instagram, you're doing some great selfies, you've got some great gorgeous pictures like this. How many of you are doing that? But you haven't really honed in on what is that pain point of the person who is following you. So we need opt-in freebies. If somebody is wanting to lose weight, do we say, oh my God, this is this beautiful picture of this food here? No, what is the pain? The pain is that they don't like looking in the mirror. The pain is that you don't really want to even get dressed to go out. The pain is that wake up pain that you have at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's most often the emotional. Is it, oh yeah, you know, I want to glow again? Well, yeah, I don't want to have wrinkly skin. It's definitely what motivated me to take better care of my skin and cleanse and do all those things. But when you really want to lose weight, you don't feel good about yourself. You're really uncomfortable to go out with friends. You don't want to be touched by your significant other. There are real key things, and when I say this, I get chills. There are key things you need to be talking about in your messaging and your marketing. And so you take the opt-in freebie and you actually, the opt-in freebies, and you start to test them. What do people, and that's why they are in different lists. So that the message is different and you know, and then you lead people to different webinars. How to kick the sugar habit so that you can get into the pants that you really want to get in, so that you can show up to the party, or so that you can be the mom you really want to be, or so that you can go to work and make the money you really need to at corporate. What is the result? That's the reverse engineer. What is the result this person really wants to get? What is the pain, but what is the result? We need webinars or offline. If your zone of genius or where you really shine is offline, and I just want to let everyone know, I'm just take a sip. When I first graduated, I took business cards to every place locally, and I didn't know anyone. I moved from Philadelphia. We lost everything in the stock market. That was not fun. And we moved, we sold our home. Luckily we had, bought our home. And so we had lived off of that. And so I thought when I first graduated, this is great. I grew up in Philly. I knew everyone. Well, we decided we would move because my husband also has an autoimmune, which is psoriasis. And we knew that quality of life moving also to a sunny, humid, humid area would be also great for psoriasis. We knew that. And so we made that leap of faith that this would be a much better life for him. And it was great. And it really turned out. But it was really hard also for starting my business. So I just want to say this to you as well. That is not an excuse. Because if I can do it, you can. And I don't have a magic wand or a special trick or a crystal ball. It was just pushing forward through that fear and perseverance and lots of opt-in freebies that I created from the same programs that I created for myself, that I created for you guys, that while I was creating for you guys, I was editing them, barely even changing covers because I didn't know how to do that, but putting them in and creating social media posts and infusing the link to MailChimp always in that social media post. You need to have blogs, which is why we put blogs. You will see in the Adrenal Restart, we have 25 blogs and 25 newsletters. In the Detox, we have 10. In Revitalize, there are so many. In every different program, and I call our all-inclusive programs where you don't see basic versus rockstar. Basic, no offense to anyone who buys basic, but that is basic for a reason. It doesn't have what I call the business boosters. And the business boosters, the business builders, the stuff that you need to be a rock star coach is there for a reason, because that's what built my business. And so if you want to be on that playing field, unless you want to create content, and Michelle's here, she'll tell you how long it takes to write a great email or a great blog. That is 1 to 2 hours, no matter who you are. And Michelle will nod and say yes, I'm sure. So you need to have blogs, you need to have videos. And if you're scared, if you're an introvert like myself, and I know you don't think I was or am, but I am, and Michelle will tell you because she has met me face to face, and she will tell you I get the nervous Nellies, but I've worked on that, and so can you. You can take one of the webinars, which is why in every rock star in our all-inclusive programs, we have the PowerPoints. So you take the phone and you do a live stream. Don't show your face. Or you use Zoom. And if you don't have the money, because neither did I, guys. You take Zoom and you do it for under 30 minutes. Or you do YouTube live stream. There are so many ways for you to build your business with zero money. I wrote a Huffington Post on that. I think we even wrote a Forbes, something. Anything's possible. You need content, and the done-for-you programs give them to you. How to convert strategy sessions. This is actually one of, I met this amazing woman actually in a mastermind. It was one of my first launch coaches. She had a mastermind that I took, and I met this woman, and she took one of my detoxes. And right away, I mean, she was strong, powerful businesswoman, and she lost, I love this, she lost like 15 pounds. It's crazy. And so when I put this, I wanted you to see that I have testimonial after testimonial from moms to their kids to teenagers to grandmoms to, I've worked with families all the way from the little ones up to the grandmom who is like 90. And that is what I call sustainability. So how do you convert strategy sessions? Personally, this is what I do. Feel free to steal my system. Is that when I have done a strategy session, I don't do that typical salesy stuff. That salesy stuff makes me throw up. And if you want to do that, feel free. But I run from it when I hear somebody say, well, you know, what would you like to get out of your life? And on a scale from 1 to 10, if you could have everything, what would it look like? And, you know, would you like to go talk to your husband? Or, you know, it's just all of that. I say to somebody, you know, so tell me what's working and tell me what's not. And, you know, tell me how you came to this. And have you ever worked with anyone? What did you like about working with that person? And where are you in your health right now? And how did you get here? When did this first start? And they really open up, and I just listen. I talk to them how I would have wanted to be talked to. And the reason I became a coach is that I wasn't talked to that way. It was like, do this one protocol, do this, do that. And the problem is that nothing ever worked. How many of you were told to do this one protocol? Eat this one way. Do this one thing and everything will be better. And how many of you, raise your hand please, felt disempowered? And how many of you became a coach because you felt disempowered and you never wanted ever to coach that way? And you swore up and down that eat this, eat that had to end, and it was going to end with you. That is what I swore to myself. So when I convert strategy sessions, I do say there are 3 ways to work with me. And if you go to my Work With Me page, there are 3 ways to work with me. And I go back to why. Because people, number one, need different things. Not everyone needs a monthly support from me. Do I believe that we need long-term support to really make those long-lasting changes? Yes. But how many of you, and I want you to be honest, either hired a business coach or a nutritionist or a health coach or somebody in your life that you needed, and they said, well, we have another month. You felt inside that the time was done, but you had signed a contract with them. So when I coach somebody, I say to them, you know, we don't sign a contract. And I actually said this to someone today. I said, you're a big boy, I'm a big girl. Or when I'm talking to a woman, I say, you're a big girl, I'm a big girl. If we don't want to work together, we shouldn't work together. Or if I feel that our time is done mentally and emotionally and spiritually, then you should work with somebody else. So when I convert strategy sessions, I say, here are 3 ways to work with me. There's a single session, and this specifically is for the person where you just want to lose weight. You just need a plan. You are a go-getter. You can figure it out on your own. You don't need that. We are just laying down a simple plan, and we are going to work off of my weight loss program, my detox, my raw program. There are very specific, simple programs. These are 7 to 14-day programs, and you are going to do it on your own. When you work with me in a month, this is where we go to the next level. This is great for somebody who's had these long-standing issues like the ones you just told me. This has been with you for a long time. Said like 14, 15. And it seems like it's getting worse. And this is pretty much what happened to me. So I would tell you that probably the single session, it may sound like it's financially better, but how long have you been going on this rat race? How long have you been on the merry-go-round, the hamster on the wheel? And that's what I did. I was like, oh, well, you know, save a little money, but my health was just getting worse. So when you work with me, this is what it looks like. We can do this or this. And I would encourage you that 2 to 3 months will probably give you the best results. And then someone usually says, well, how long will it take for my gut to get better? And I said, well, you know, if you go and Google that, you'll hear 6 months. But let's be honest, because I don't lie. That's not the case for most people. There are mucosal lining, and there's dysbiosis, and there's blockages that happen for all of us. And so I'm going to arm you with tools that you can have for a lifetime, and you're going to fire me. And I can't wait for the day that you fire me, because you're going to fire me because I'm going to teach you everything that I taught myself so you know what to do. That's why we have the gut program. That's why we have the mindset program. That's why we have the systems. That's why we have the adrenal program. Everyone has been begging me, and for years, I was going through this. I don't know one entrepreneur, raise your hand if you've dealt with adrenal fatigue, especially if you're building your business. So I wanted to create this, not just for our clients, but for us. We go through this so often, and we feel crazy. So each of these programs that I created weren't just for my clients, they were for me. When I created Grain Free, I had 15 health coaches that hired me when the whole paleo craze came out. I couldn't find for my clients recipes that didn't have bacon lard and so much fat. I thought, how does anyone digest this? And all these coaches hired me, and they were like, I've gained weight, I don't feel good, I've got pain here. And I looked at these recipes and thought, of course, your liver's congested. Your gallbladder, it's like, ah. So when I created the grain-free program, it was out of pure need. And grain-free, if you don't know, in the prime and paleo isn't just about food. It's about going back to a state of primal being. It's mindset. It's just the whole media has just changed it, but it's really about mindset. So Dave Asprey and his work, and Terry Walls and the great pioneers, it's about mitochondria, methylation. So if you're like, oh, this grain-free, it's a phenomenal program, especially if you're working in hormonal or autoimmune. So I really encourage you, which is why we brought out the ketogenic opt-in freebie, the AIP AIP freebie, which is why also we have the gluten-free opt-in freebie. And so everything that we put out this season, we all strategically sat down and we're like, what do coaches need? I saw everyone like, I need a challenge, which is why we put out the 7-day, cleanse, the 4-day reboot, because you all need those first dates. Those are your tripwires. They're your first dates, or they are just your gifts or your challenges, because what's coming up, everything in coaching is about what's happening in the world. We're not going to talk politics. But what's happening in the world? Kids are going back to school, and what happens all summer? Everyone does this at the beach, and everyone eats, and then everyone goes, just like one of my clients said to me, who buys all my natural goodies. She goes, oh, summer was here, and I just was eating everything. I got to get back on a plan. So everyone thinks about kids go back to school, we got to get back on a plan. And then what comes? It's my favorite time as a health coach. I call this the triple threat. Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's. I didn't even add in Hanukkah and Christmas. Triple threat. So this is the best time. This is the conversion. You want to say when you're on the phone, guys, I just want to tell you that the beauty of this when you work with me is that I have so many different programs that if you're confused about the eat this, that, I have so many different programs in my back pocket to take you through the experience that you need to, so that you are empowered. You have this aha moment. You know what fuels you. Because how many of you, just like I was like, should I eat this? Should I eat that? I was like following all these different, I really call them, they are fad diets. It's like Dr. Oz would say one thing one day and I'd be like, ah! Then I read another book, I'd be like, ah! Until I just came into intuition, into soul, into that intuitive eating. And that's what we have to teach. So it's 3 personalities, Sally, Betsy, Valerie. And it's how we have to look. It's the avatar, it's the personalities. And there's about 20,000 different ones that I encourage and empower you to come up with. So just if you didn't hear it, this is our code. If you're seeing this later, there are different codes that we put out, but I encourage you, this code, there is no exceptions. This is a 7-day. If you snooze, you lose. After that, we do put out a 15%. Check Facebook, please. Check my event section on my Facebook business page. We put out 15%. After that, if you snoozed after that, because that's only for 2 weeks, then we go down to 10%. We do that every season, so please do not snooze, okay? Top dollar packages. Your VIP or your top dollar package on your Work With Me page, so to speak, includes your full system. Example, detox to weight loss to sugar to mindset. This is kind of when you're explaining and converting on the phone. You're saying, so, you know, you're walking somebody through a system. We see this gorgeous girl on the left in this middle of the New York City street. She's so happy because you've taken her through this system. She went grain-free. She was a mess with her digestive issues. She works corporate. This is her Saturday afternoon. She just left Starbucks with her decaf, you know, almond milk latte because she worked with you. She came to you. She had been to everyone. She doesn't know what to do, but you put her on a detox, and then you did grain-free. You worked gut, the adrenals, and then you finalized with mindset. She worked with you actually for 9 months, 6 months. She even came to one of your group programs or your cooking workshops in your home. Maybe you did a VIP day with her. You want to set yourself up for, see, so many coaches, we focus on the wrong stuff. We focus on a lot of busy instead of just looking down and spending the time to structure our systems, to structure our offerings, and to get really clear on what we need to be offering to our people. So these are the systems that you see on the home page. All about gut, the ultimate weight loss journey, kicking the sugar addiction, and cleansing and rebuilding. And what I want to say is that if you feel like you're already doing this, I want you to raise your hand. Now I want you to raise your hand for those who feel like you're already doing this, but you're not making money. Then what you're doing is not having a clear message. Are you truly saying to people, this is the system that I do, this is why I do it, and you really know your people's pain points? And is that story really defined for what was your story? Because if I were to say, I work with, you know, women who have been struggling with, you know, painful periods, infertility, because they once told me I wouldn't have children. Funny that, because I got pregnant on my honeymoon. 2 days later. If I were to say I work with women who have painful periods, infertility, autoimmune, and are scared that they will never get pregnant, are scared that they will have painful periods for their whole life, and are scared that they're going to have to be on bioidenticals. I work with women because I experienced the same problem myself, and I developed a hormonal reset system, one that I worked to make sure that women like myself do not have to suffer for 3 weeks out of the month, and don't have to fear dependency on bioidentical hormones, fear dependency on an aspirin, fear dependency on anything but their own beautiful body. During this program and during working with me, you will learn how to X, Y, Z. I will take you through a step-by-step program that will teach you how to 1, 2, 3. You will be guided step-by-step working with me one-on-one. And then I will work with you in a group where you will be with women just like yourself for 3 months. I want you to raise your hand if you are speaking in that similar fashion. I want you to raise your hand if you're not. We don't look at shame or blame on ourselves in our practice. So much of this is about practice. It's about practice because as health coaches, you know, a few seasons ago, I did an entire webinar about being an entrepreneur health coach. And I talked a lot about taking your business and looking at this as a business. So often as health coaches, we are health coaches, we're empaths, we feel, we went through this stuff ourselves, or we are dealing with our own health issues. So I get that. I struggled to build a business for so long. Many of you saw me, you know, struggling with my own health issues, sometimes not looking as healthy as I could have been, and building my business. So I really get that part. But you can sit there and take time to figure out and hone in on what people really need to hear. And it doesn't take a lot of work to do that. It takes refining what is that step-by-step part. And is that really clear on your site? Or does it just say things like, I help women to lose weight. I help them get to another place in their life. I help them to cleanse. I help you restore your gut so you feel more alive, so you've embraced life. If your site says that, raise your hand. Just remember, when you are taking people through each different place, and remember that not everyone is going to understand that they need to work with you because you need to build that trust first. And that's what those low-end gateway programs do. And if they're not working online, you may need to do workshops, paid workshops. You may need to do a little more webinars. You may need to kind of see what is that sweet spot for you. Some of you may actually need to, again, look at those different places where you're making money or where you're not making money. This is when I always say, this is where we hustle strategically. And look at, do you have that 4-step signature program? Do you have that 4-month step-by-step program? And I say this because I learned this a long time ago when Tim Ferriss came out with the 4-hour work week, the 4-hour body. People need, what is that? It's a magic bullet. They need a time. They need a result. They need to feel like they're getting this accomplished in 7 days, 4 hours, 4 days, 21. This is why you see with the Done For You programs, we give time, 60 days, 28, 7, 14. It's not that miracles happen in that time, but I will tell you, I've seen my body transform on certain ways of eating or self-care in 7 days. I've seen my body transform doing certain things in 30 days. I know when we fully commit to things, and it's scary when we do this. I know I've been a client. I've been on both sides. Even when I have coaches go through business masterminds or work with me, it's scary to level up and to play big. And that's how we have to look at our clients. We have to meet them where they can be met. And we also have to use simple words, guys. Sometimes we really have to simplify it. Hey, want to lose weight? Gonna make this really easy. Want to kick that sugar habit because you are drinking lattes all day and eating sugar and you feel like junk? So, you know, play around with the words that you're actually using. So this is the sales funnel that I was talking about. Just kind of reviewing it right there. I want to just kind of review also some different ways that you can use the programs. I've talked about this before, but you can buy a detox or weight loss, charge for an in-person workshop, because I think that we forget these ways to do it, and then we just launch a program. A lot of people these days, they want community, they want interaction. So I really encourage you to step back and think about how you're running your business. I know when I did in-person workshops, I did them a lot. I did full day workshops. I charged $229 for full day workshops. I charged $197. I charged in-home workshops, cooking, group coaching. I mean, I've done a lot of different things, and you know, really found that people loved that interaction, especially that community, to be around people. So you can do a spa party, you can charge $50 a class. How to sell a tripwire, buy a gateway program, do the detox grain-free and raw, then sell it for $7 or $19. So what you're doing is you're selling the recipe guide, or you're selling that and you're leading them to a webinar, or you're leading them to your bigger program, or you're leading them to a strategy session with you. So I just want you to think about, you know, say 50 people buy at $7. You know, this is kind of like when people think, oh, well, how could I do this? 50 people buy at $7 and you make $350. Then you upsell one-on-one to the next program at $157, and you get 20 people and you make $3,140. Pretty great, right? So just think about that, because that's why you see emails where it says join for $1, join for $5. The goal is that you are tripping into it. You go, wow, this is really great. And then maybe 2 months later it says, well, okay, now I'm going to charge you $30. So say 100 people, 200 people stay at $30. Not bad. 500 people stay at $30. Depends how big your list. 1,000 people stay at $30. Not bad. How to sell suggested meals. This is especially if you're in a green state. I want you to be safe, which is also why our Done For You programs are different. And I just want to cover this for a little. You will not see nutrition facts. You'll not see calories. A lot of coaches ask me, you know, what are the nutrition facts on your program? I live in a red state. I moved from a green state. So there are programs out there that have that. I do not have that because I want to serve coaches in all states. And that means that I made sure that I was fully aware of what you can and cannot say. I always suggest plain disclaimer. You will see at rachelafeldman.com. It is on the bottom of mine. Disclaimers on all our programs. And I call them suggested, recipes, meals. I do not sell meal plans. If you live in a green state, you are permitted. But I suggest to contact your state, and go through what I did. I said, look, I'm a health coach. This is what I do. What can I do in my state? So you can buy a program like Easy Weight Loss. You could buy a program that has tons of suggested meals like Sugar Repair, Restore Your Gut, Mindset Makeover. We have 2 vegan programs. That is the 21-day Reset Your Life in 21 Days. That is a mindset program. And then we have the Adrenal Restart. 2 are vegan. We have a lot of programs that are vegetarian and omnivore. So I really encourage you to look at what is what the recipe guides are. We want to make sure that there are plant-based coaches that have what they need. We want to make sure that our meat lovers have what they need, but you could do exactly this. Charge a per month, include a weekly session. I think this is a really cute way of doing it, because what you're doing is not just saying, here's food. I don't think that ever works. What you're doing is you're including, you could also do a monthly membership where you do a call, like a Zoom call, or even a live stream just with your phone right into the Facebook forum, and voila. Weekly plans, goal to make $3,000 a month. You need 30 times 4 weeks equals 145. You need 25 people to get on this plan. How to sell using a 3-tier program. You could buy the Detox Your Grain, weight loss for a single session, buy the Detox Grain Free, reset your life in 21, raw, 2-week weight loss, the adrenal reset, craft a 6-week to 8 or 3-month program, and this is your 3-tier. So the 14-day is like your single session, or you have a single session. You can have skinny little secrets, or that could be your 6, that could be your adrenal restart, or that could be a sugar. You could have a single session, and then your 14-day could really be a 30. You could combine, you know, I love detox, and then maybe like grain free or the easy weight loss, again, depending on your niche, or look at our niche systems. And then you're really building out. And again, remember, when you're looking at your niche systems, what you're doing in your 3-tier work with me, you're using those programs offline. So you're matching, you're making both work for you, unless you maybe are like me and you want more programs that you can go and pitch to different people, maybe like a spa, or maybe, you know, a gym, or maybe you're building a membership, so you want lots of content. It just really depends. Use the program and partner with a gym. You buy the 21-day program. I love the sugar. I would say grain-free for CrossFit. I think adrenals are so great, because I don't know one athlete who doesn't have adrenal fatigue at some level. Do a 70-30 split, 60-40. Price is $157. 157 times 50 people equals 7,850. Your cut is 5,495. Again, do the math if it's a 60-40, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Many of our programs also have how to do this and partner with a gym. So I really encourage you to look at the sales pages at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. I'm going to show that sales page. Yep, that's me. This is my office. Just give me a second, then we'll end this, and then we'll go to programs. This is Belinda. I adore Belinda. She bought programs, and I just love this testimonial, because she bought the 28-day, she added videos, she added the detox as a bonus, and she made $7,000 in Aussie money in sales. That didn't even include the detoxes that she sold separately. And this testimonial she wrote, and she just actually had sent this to me. You can see the testimonials on the front of Health Coach Biz. You can see the case studies. You can go to the testimonial page. You can even see the Facebook snapshots. I mean, the people who are in our exclusive forums, which you get access to, they're unbelievable. Our forum moderators are outstanding. They have had online and offline massive success. The coaches who give case study testimonials, I can't say enough about them, because it just comes from the heart. It's never scripted. I say, I'm gonna ask you just your experience. Just want to talk about Launch School. I want you to go to the sales page. It's right under the courses at the menu. There is so much amazing material in Launch School. It's mind-blowing. from just the marketing emails to the tech, tutorials to the strategy that we have in the modules to the pre-launch guide. It covers everything, and it's self-paced. So I'm in the forum and everything, but all the materials are pre-recorded. It's self-paced. Don't feel anxiety. Don't feel overwhelmed. Like, when should I do this? How should I do this? It takes you through launching. So if you feel overwhelmed, go back to it. If you feel like you need to go back to the Facebook strategy and marketing guide, go back to that. The cheat sheets, the templates for the standard SOP for launching, you go back to it. The first 250 coaches who buy get these bonuses. I want to thank Brianna Sash from Wellness Stock Photo. She so gracefully, so generously gave us 10 photos. There's a promotional video made for you. It is so epic. So love it. We also made you 20 images. I don't know who is lacking ever in images. Then there are 4 blogs. Never lacking in blogs. And then one of my designers, she is outstanding. Now, I know that I have wanted to write this opt-in freebie. I'm a little bummed that it says a bonus. I wanted to do it as an opt-in freebie, but I wanted you to have an unbelievable bonus. It's the ultimate guide to shopping. It's a clean eating guide for organic shopping. I know this is going to go viral for you guys. Like, honestly, viral. I see this as a workshop, shopping tour, anything, and as a bonus for your sales pages. So when I say that, like, we really sit there in the nitty gritty and think about it, we do. I will also say that if you miss the VIP code that you're seeing here, like I said, contact me at rachelalfeldman.com. We always give great deals. Make sure you check for the replay. That goes out tonight. I'm also going to be doing not just 10, but 14 live streams starting tomorrow. That is 8/18/2017. And they will be on my business page. And I'm going to be just answering lots of questions, but also doing live streams all about building your business as a health coach. And you can ask questions. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't signed up for that, go to RachelAFeldman.com, go to my events page and sign up for that. We also have a done for you WordPress sales page. We have just put this together. I am so extremely excited. If you have any questions about that, please, feel free even to email me personally. But this is actually the sales page for it right here. I'm even going to show you. And I will have, it's healthcoachbiz.com. And this is it right here. Really, really excited. We decided to do this because I know how difficult it can be to get your sales page up. So my designer, she has been with me for a long time. Michelle knows her, uses her as well. She's just an amazing, amazing woman. We have partnered together. We are going to actually be launching this, and you will be able to have a done for you sales page in 7 business days. This is on WordPress. The coolest thing about this, guys, is if you know Wix and Squarespace, which you know how easy it is, we are designing this in a way that you can use this as easy. So if you've been scared to go and actually like dive into WordPress, or maybe you feel locked to your designer in these sales pages. We are creating these sales pages in a way that makes this so easy for you to reuse, reuse, and reuse, and reuse. So we will be putting that there. And then let me just get down to some of the programs. Give me a second while I just stop share and go to just, let me just get one thing. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. Can everyone see? Yes? Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, I want to take you through some of the programs, and I want to actually show you first the essential oil program. This is something that I have talked about. Michelle's heard me talk about this forever and a lifetime. I have seen in the essential oil world, and I use essential oils, and I think this is in any business where you are trying to retain people in a downline, or any business where it is not just multi-level marketing, but where you are needing to educate people to keep them in a business, which is why I have talked, and we have done essential oil, you know, business builders, and this will be the last essential oil course that we do, because I've talked about doing an essential oil course for a very long time. This course, and Michelle, if you can even put the healthcoachbiz.com, if you have that link for Chi and myself, that would be great. If not, we can do it after. This essential oil course is different because what it does, and the reason that we created this, is it will allow you to educate people. I remember when Josh Axe had come out with an essential oil course years ago, and I thought, wow, what a smart, smart guy. Because what education does is giving somebody a book isn't enough. You need somebody to be educated by you. And giving somebody just a book from the company that you're with is not going to truly educate them. Too often what I've seen with people with essential oils is they get overwhelmed. They feel a little scared. They don't know what to do. And so then they don't do anything. Or they leave. And so and they stop ordering, they do all of that. So what this course does, and you can see this in the sneak peek, but I just want you to show I just want you to see this, when you see this course, when you buy it, we take you through step by step how to deliver this course. We also have all of the materials, your client materials, and this isn't the extensive part. The guide, I do have to say, though, is over 10,000 words. And so the guide, it actually matches everything in the program so that you can either use this by itself or that you actually match this to the course materials, so that everything in this guide allows you to go and strategically take them through understanding the oils that they need to be using and why. Oops, that's actually, I wanted to show you the PowerPoint images. So the reason that we actually created these images, and when you see it in the course build out, is we want, and the vision that I have for all of you is that you're creating little videos. And you don't even have to show your face. You could be creating a video, or you could be showing your favorite way to use these oils. There's also an entire email funnel system. So for all of you who have seen and gone through funnels and you're like, wow, look at that person who has this email funnel. This is going to allow you to do that. It's really life-changing. And what's so powerful is here is this oil education system. These are the oils you're going to be teaching people about. And that can lead from an opt-in freebie to lead to the core, to lead to the funnel. That funnel can lead to the essential oil presentation system, which is a PowerPoint, or that can actually lead to the webinar page, the sign up to the PowerPoint, which can actually then lead them to your course, or lead them to your essential oil page, or lead them to a strategy session with you, or lead them to a program with you, or lead them to an event. It's endless on the possibilities that you can do with any one of the systems, the opt-in freebies that you actually see in that essential oil course. So let me just actually look at some of the questions right here. Juliana is saying the only two programs that are vegan are Reset Your Life and the Adrenal Fatigue. Yes, Juliana, that is correct. We only started rolling out vegan, fully vegan. There are a lot of vegetarian programs, and if you want to schedule a session with me, and I really encourage anybody who feels that they need a 15-20-minute strategy session with me before the 20% goes away, before the 15% goes away, or even if you just need to get clear, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via my site or even on the sales page. I'm making myself available for that. Also, if you need to, give me a call, more than happy to do that. Because I don't want you to miss out on any savings. Now, I just want to let you know the savings do not apply to payment plans. We take a big risk on payment plans. I take a big risk. But a lot of the vegetarian, and I've walked a lot of people through the vegetarian recipe guides. I am more than happy, even if there are a bunch of you, I go get people on a Zoom. I flip the recipe guide around. It's really easy. There are not tons of recipes that have like eggs in them. You will see that it's very easy to swap some out or to make it vegetarian. Somebody is saying, do you recommend to give away the essential oils? Oh, wait, Michelle, just let me, oh, wait, hold on. That one just went away. Hold on. Thank you. I didn't know how to respond to response in my other question, Michelle. I've been following Rachel for months and have bought programs, and I'm in the group. Pretty quiet there, so I'll just ask. All right, Angelina, if you need to ask, though, feel free to ask, and I'm more than happy to answer. Are all of the recipes gluten-free? Yes. The only time that, and because I'm gluten, there's a reason that it says glue. I'm not an advocate of gluten. The only time that I put gluten into a recipe is when it's the detox. If we are testing gluten in one of the recipes in the adding back in, that is the only time. But if somebody is extremely sensitive to gluten, like me, I would be that kind of person where if I bought the program, and if you need to reach out to me for the cleanse for that reason, please do. I don't ever want a coach to buy something and go, oh, I didn't, I shouldn't have done that. But I just tell a coach, swap that out for a different recipe, or I'm more than happy if somebody, can't come up with a recipe or they feel really stuck. I just help to provide some ideas, or we swap it out. The recipe guide in the detox has 50 recipes. It's pretty easy, for example, for a high allergen food to be like walnuts, or to be citrus even. A lot of people are intolerant, or to be another food, maybe like tempeh, that can be easily swapped in, and I can always help and plan that out. So, you know, in the forums, my coach moderator in there has been with me for many, many years. She's always there to help. We're always there to help. We work as a team, and in any of the forums as well. Barbara saying, I couldn't find the Meet the Niche Systems chart. Okay, Barbara, the systems chart is right on the front homepage. It's right on the homepage. If you scroll down at www.yourhealthcoachbiz, let me just see if I can go right on the front, and I will put it right there. Oops, I couldn't actually, sorry. Barbara, if you can't find it, Michelle will pop it right into the text. Kelly is saying, can you swap out programs in the packages, say one gateway program for another? Kelly, if you see something in one of the niche packages that you feel that you need us to swap out, please let us know, or what people, or we can make a niche specific package for you, and please just contact us at team@rachelafeldman.com, or contact me through the sales page at the little questionette below. We have often created custom packages, or we have swapped out a program if you feel that one better serves you. Yep, so the answer is yes. I like to say yes to a lot of people. We hear no too often in life. T is saying, all the programs able to be personal branded? Yes. So let me just answer that, because I love full transparency. The amazing images that we use, and most of the images that you see in the world of any done-for-you programs, by law, we have to create some design. We have to create the design on them. So we create the design on the covers. We always say, if you want to add your logo, you just take that 2D, you know, on which you see on that image, and you add your own logo. But everything on the interior, everything is in Word. All the PowerPoints, everything that we do, we create it so that all you have to do is go into PicMonkey, or go into Canva, or go into Adobe Spark, or go into anything and add your own logo. We make it very easy for that reason, so that either you or a virtual assistant, even if they're not a high techie virtual assistant, can do it with ease. Somebody saying, do you recommend to give away the Essential Oil course to your downline? I explained this in the sneak peek. Any of the done-for-you programs, you're the only one that owns the right to the done-for-you programs. So it actually says in our terms and conditions, whether it's Beachbody or Asana or Young Living or doTERRA or any program, it cannot be given to a downline. So what they can do, because you own that system, that is yours, that's your done-for-you program, they can then affiliate off from you. So if you wanted to have that system and they wanted to have that essential oil funnel, they then would have to affiliate off of you, because you're buying the rights to that program. I know that feels like, but you know, it's the same, and we see that across the board in tons of essential oil programs that we see, you know, for business and marketing. These are really business builders, opt-in freebies, funnels, courses. This would make you a lot of money. This would make your team a lot of money. And so that's just our terms and conditions, and I hope you understand and respect that. We try our best. Liana, oh, hey Liana. I know that we have to connect and I saw your email. I was just busy today. I hope you truly understand. And we've been playing email tag. Wanted to find out the subject of bioindividuality. Are the programs adaptable? I'm guessing they are built on the latest scientific research. Actually, I don't use that word a lot. That's a trademark word from the school that I think you attended and I attended. So that's a word that I don't use, except maybe, or I just kind of say like what works for one person. And So I don't use that word because that's their trademarked word. But I actually, when I write a program, it is based on the latest, scientific research. But I really write programs, and I'm more than happy, this is why you and I are gonna get on Skype together or Zoom. When I write programs, I write them more with looking at all the different people that I really respect. So for example, many, many years ago when I thought about writing the Done Free programs, I sat there and said, wow, what if Paul Pitchford and Josh Axe and Alana's Pantry and Mark Hyman and Alejandra Younger and Ann Louise Gittleman and Linda Page and Dr. Morse. And I mean, I have a list. I have, 250 books, let alone all the e-courses that I've taken. I said, what if they could all sit down, Kim Schneider, even what if they could all sit down at a lunch table and craft one book together? And so that's kind of how I write, is that I don't believe that there's any one magic bullet. Because of who I am, and I've gone to a school that teaches all fruitarian, and then I've gone to another school that does not believe in that, and then I studied at a school that had so many different dietary theories, and I've tried everything from ketogenic to paleo to raw to being fruitarian to balance to Weston Price to I don't believe that there's this one thing. I think that we really have to listen to our body as we age and as the seasons change, and hence John Douillard and many other pioneers. I write like that, and so I hope that kind of answers your question. And I think that's why a lot of people love how I write and how it is different from this dogmatic thinking. As far as weight loss, that's why I also love like Cynthia Pasquarella and Janine Roth, and that I don't believe weight loss is just this step on the scale. Weight loss is a mindset, and that's why in the easy weight loss, it is about how do we, look at what is weighing us down. And every program that you see has this mind, body, and spirit part of it, because if it's just about the weight and the scale, no, and I'm not, saying anything bad about Weight Watchers, but then go to a place that's just about the weight. And I'm not saying that Weight Watchers doesn't focus on habits, because it does. They have coaching, but I believe what makes coaching such a beautiful experience is we focus on habits, daily habits. We focus on mindset. We focus on core values, core beliefs. We focus on all areas of our life and spirituality, and we focus on, and that's different for everyone. And we focus on movement and exercise and what encompasses everything in life. So, I like to share my core values so that people really understand that I don't approach this as this is what is just current scientific, because that changes so much. I approach this in a very, I know it's so overrated to say mind, body, spirit, but I focus on really a full circle approach. And so, Liana, I will definitely be replying to emails. Please apologize if the last 72 hours have maybe not been on the best in that. And, yes, I look forward to connecting with you. Really, really look forward. Sarah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to this season. Okay, Jennifer is saying, just curious, I thought this was done at 5 p.m. I need to make dinner, but I don't want to miss out on the time it's ending. Jennifer, we were just going over on some extra stuff. I was going to just show a few of the extra Done-Free programs and make sure I just answered everything. Typically, these usually run for about 2 hours. So I was just making sure that I had covered everything for people in questions. and that was about it. So go make dinner, enjoy your family, rest, replenish, be good. Make sure you have a green juice. Okay. So Tony's saying, I'm doing an affiliate for one of the programs. She has a huge following, but no time or desire to develop. I'm understanding I'm going to retain the rights. Question, do you have a template or standard agreement to retain the rights? Yes, Tony, I would say, please reach out to me. I can suggest a few different lawyers who have great templates for that, and everything of that nature, because yeah, you really do need to, protect yourself, because you want to make sure that, yeah, you're not getting your stuff stolen, and also that would then go against your terms and conditions, and you don't want to put yourself in that position either, love. 100%. Nitoya saying, I need help writing out niche. Can we do a one-on-one? Yes, we can do a one-on-one. So so just for anyone even on this phone call, and then I'll go back to even just showing a little more of the materials and see if there's any just questions about questions in the chat box. If it's looking for full strategy on developing your work with me, or your 3-tier, or anything of that nature, then that falls under working with me one-on-one and all of that kind of great stuff, and that would be a full session. If it's a strategy session about what program is right for you and that kind of stuff, that is just a strategy call, and I'm more than happy to work with you guys and and figure out what is the right program. Okay, can you please send a PDF of all these recommended people? Kim is saying, not sure what PDF of what people, Kim, but more than happy to take a look. Okay. All right. All right. I mean, I guess if we are, about done, let me just go back up to the PowerPoint so that we can end on just the coupon. So that if anyone came in late, okay. Can I use the program I buy for more than one coaching program in my business? So one coupon per one program. So if you use the 20%, you can use that per one program. And if you put other programs into your cart, it will apply to the highest program. And so I would really think about, what do you need that's really missing? And just note, anytime that you pick a program, that program, you should be able to use that program. Think of, and let me just even go back up to, let me go back up to this funnel right here, so we can kind of look at this. You want to think of your one-on-one coaching. What program can you use in your one-on-one coaching that simplifies your life? That's the whole point of this, guys. The whole point of Done For You programs is to simplify your life. What is going to make it so that you convert people? And that conversion means that if you have 5 strategy calls a week, which is the goal, so that your pipeline is constantly going, what can you say to somebody like, hey, yeah, so I know you're dealing with sugar, digestive issues, probably adrenal fatigue, and the gut's a hot mess, which are pretty much the standard major complaints, and weight. What program would cover that? Or if your niche is very specific and you've honed in on your sub niche, which maybe that's like allergies or headaches, and that's a sub niche of like autoimmune, what is a program that's more to the masses, that really reaches people that you may not be reaching right now, because maybe you've sub-niched it so far down. What can help to get you to the masses, and then you can work your sub-niche groups. Okay, so Juliana is saying, does the adrenal program have an exercise movement component? Let me just go and show you to make sure. Can everyone see the programs right here? Yes? Michelle, do you see the programs? Okay. All right. So we have understanding adrenal fatigue. And I want to just show you, why do we get adrenal fatigue? How to evaluate, common symptoms, toxins, your adrenal program, a day in the life, foods to eat, foods to avoid, how much time does it take to recover? Because that was a huge question that I had when I was diagnosed with stage 4 adrenal fatigue. I was like, oh my God, how long is this going to take me to recover? And results you can expect. So then the inner work, we did this in everything, like what is the inner work, as well as giving a workbook. So that is for week 1 and 2. So every program that we do, we also think online and offline. Even if you were doing this in a group, or if you were doing this with your one-on-one session, then it's body and adrenal fatigue. There you go, Juliana. How does adrenal fatigue affect stress, digestion, metabolism, and sleep? Exercise and adrenal fatigue. Now, this is what I want to say to you guys, is that even when I went and launched programs, and I was, it would always take me about 3 hours to just edit a 14-day program, 2 to 3 hours. There are times that I would go through and be like, I don't need that paragraph. I don't need that. Or I want to add in, this extra information, or I want to add in, this information that Chris Kressler just put up, or, so I would like copy and put, his, by Chris Kressler. I added extra stuff. Any program that you're going to buy, you're going to want to maybe add in something that really relates to you. So maybe in that exercise, maybe you want to add in yoga, or maybe you want to add in like, what are different ways? So see right here, it says how to detox your body, supplements, why detox your body with, milk thistle. You might want to add in extra components that really speak to you. Maybe some of you do yoga. Maybe some of you specialize or have certificates. So maybe you want to add in videos. Maybe you want to add in how do you meditate? They're all different extra, what I call like bonus, that you can really take it to another level. You can name it anything. You can, you don't have to use these covers. You could also take this cover and do an overlay right here. All you have to do is open this up. You could do an overlay in Word. You could do an overlay in PicMonkey. You have the 2D, you have the flat JPEG, and then take that and just put that right on. A virtual assistant could do that very fast. Or you could do that yourself. You can also, and I did this for many years because I didn't have anybody helping me, you can rename that on your sales page. Rename that for search engine optimization, aka SEO. And make a great cover through Fiverr for $5 or Upwork, or find a virtual assistant, or go into the resource guide where we show you how to even make an e-cover, but have the cover still say this on the interior. I know that sounds like, oh, but you know what? If you're a solo entrepreneur, how many of you are like, I would like to save some money? That's what I did. I made one cover. I made that look. until, and you know, my team knows this, until I had the money to do that and I got my first, you know, virtual assistant. So I call myself a smart entrepreneur. I did it that way. I didn't overwhelm myself spending time on stuff that didn't need to be done. I spent more time on marketing myself, building authority, marketing my message. Maybe other people wouldn't do that. I don't know. That's what I did. This one is all about the mind. And so I really feel like in this program, we covered every aspect, every base. And then there's a whole workbook. Because I do think part of adrenal fatigue, at least my journey, was forgiving self. It was having boundaries is a really important part. It was giving myself permission to say no when I really needed, because I was a people pleaser. I lived with that disease of perfection. And so coming out of adrenal fatigue wasn't just about the perfect supplement, and it wasn't just about the toxins. It was, you know, the end part was really mindset, and letting my heart come back into a place of vulnerability. It was a true beautiful journey, and finally when I wrote this, I wanted to write this for many years, and I thought I was really ready to write this at a place where I felt like I could. And it was really exciting because I knew that so many of us needed to give this to our clients. This workbook is really beautiful. It takes your clients, and it will take you. You know, we all need this for ourselves too. Our significant others need it, our loved ones, our family. I don't know what person in this world, how busy it is and how much traffic, not just traffic on the road, I mean just traffic, that we don't need these reminders. I know I need these reminders. That's why I have, you know, a vision board, you know, and I look at it every day. I have reminders, I have little stickers everywhere, to just remind myself of everything that I need to do. And I think this is one of the most beautiful programs. I mean, Mindset Makeover. I mean, you know, that's why when people say, what's your favorite program? And I think Michelle will agree, whenever we write a program, it's almost like I fall in love again. Because I think that they're so beautiful, and they speak to a different part of our business and of our client's journey. And that's why, you know, would I be a program junkie for myself? Yeah, 100%. So because I see the journey of human beings, and that's how I write. I don't write to you know, write a program to be like, how's this going to sell? I write a program to think, what do people need in this world? And what do I need as a person? And what do humans need as a person? And that's how we really write. So Lisa's saying, do you have a questionnaire to decide which program is best for a client? It's really it's really a great question. No, but we should make one. Usually when my system, and I'll just end with this, and then we can kind of close shop for the night. My system is this. This is how I explain to people. I say, and I'll just kind of take us into this closing space, is that I say, you know, I'm going to start you on a detox, and we're going to go through this detox, and you're going to go through an emotional and a spiritual and a physical awakening. And you might not have been there before, and you're going to realize through that so much about yourself that you're gonna be a little blown away. And then we're going to be able to uncover after that where we need to go next. And when we uncover that, then we're going to be at a place together that we're going to know, do we need to work on gut? Do we need to work on sugar? Like, what's coming up? Do we need to work on mindset? Because at that point, we're going to be in a place of openness. And if we're not, we're going to then just dig a little deeper with the food stuff, because sometimes it takes a longer time for the soul to open up. And so then we have the option to either work on the gut, work grain-free, and we'll see, do you do better eating, you know, animal proteins? Do you feel better eating vegetarian? And I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to supply yummy food, and you're going to make the decision, because you're going to food diary every day, and you're going to see what day you have more energy, and you're going to see what day you feel tired, and you're going to see when you have better sleep, and you're going to see when you have a better sex drive, and you're going to see when you have better exercises and better runs. And you're going to have these aha moments even without me telling you what to do, because that's not my job. My job is to awaken what you already know and what you forgot. And that's my job as a coach. And so I have every program in my back pocket that you would need. And the good thing is that you hired me. And so I get to just be your guide, and then you get to fire me. And then you get to go on and pay this forward with your family and your loved ones, and be that like beacon of light and inspire somebody else. It starts to make me emotional, because that is what happened. And every client that I touched, they touched somebody else. And that is what change in the world is all about. So Juliana's saying, I'm an energy coach. Will the adrenal program be a good fit? I think the adrenal program, especially as energy coaches, and I saw Tony here. Hi, Tony. I think when you're an energy and a mindset coach, I think I call this going in the back door. Because I think that a lot of people don't understand. I worked with energy healers I still do, for a long, long time. And I went to Reiki school, you know, level 1 and level 2 in Philadelphia for myself, for my own, you know, journey, and for my children and for my family. And a lot of people don't understand what that means, or they think it's like woo-woo. And so I think that going in the back door means that you're bringing people through the food or the pain point that they have: weight, gut, hormones, sugar, you know. It's the energy, it's the mindset, it's how they're vibing in life, it's the gratitude, it's the abundance, it's all of that. But if you can't be present to life, you're always going to be sick. I've been there. I mean, I can admit that, because I have no shame in that. And I think the people who can admit that are the ones that we know, you know, we feel the earth. And so I think that adrenal would be a great fit. I love Reset Your Life in 21 Days, but I think that adrenal would really be a beautiful fit for you if you're looking for a full program that focuses on all those areas. Mindset makeover is really a great one. And yeah, Revitalize is also really beautiful in that area too. Gut even focuses a lot on mindset as well. So even the detox. I mean, I would say not on easy weight loss. I mean, I think that, yeah, adrenal is really beautiful. Mindset makeover would be a great one to look at as well. Yes, Tony's saying I've used gut and weight loss as a backdoor. Yes, and Tony, I remember when we had that conversation. I think it was 4 months ago. We had that conversation on the phone. So yes, Tony's saying she's excited about mindset makeover. I'm always here for calls. So yes, please. And I want to I'll end with this. Like, if you're in a place where you feel stuck And, you know, people always say to me, oh, I can't believe you picked up, or you emailed me back. And I was in that stuck place and nobody emailed me back. And I didn't know what to do. You know, if it's about, you know, buying a program, and especially in these next few weeks, like, please, you know, please drop a question here below. You know, if it's about working with me one-on-one, of course, you know, make a strategy session. And working with me one-on-one, of course, is, you know, when I start going into strategy and stuff like that, that is, you know, a paid session. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any time for self and my family. But, you know, if it's a question about what program to buy, I don't want you to sit there and lose out on an opportunity, or feel confused, or feel like a question's dumb. There's no dumb questions ever. That's why I do these live streams for the next 14 days. That's why I'm here. That's why I take the time out to do this. And that's why I talk about my struggles and trials and tribulations. So you don't feel alone. I'm not here to be like, I have it all figured out. I did this perfect. I hate perfection. Perfection should not even be a word. So I'm here to tell you that, you know, you're not alone. And I do feel like I have figured it out. And I wish that I would have, you know, figured that out in the beginning. And, you know, there's no perfect anything in the world. And, you know, with the changing market, always in our business, it is about being intuitive to kind of like, what are people need. And, you know, so that's why I do talk a lot about that, and especially in these webinars. I did see Lisa saying, what is VIP? VIP is actually getting all of the programs. That's included. When you buy VIP, you actually get strategy sessions included, and plus you get 15% off the all the programs at once, even on a payment plan. So that is what's also different about the systems. Even with the payment plans, you get the VIP, you get 15% off the whole. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. And if you have questions and you need to make a signature VIP, or you need to swap out one because you feel like playing big, and you're ready to, you know, build out your work with me, and you're ready to have, you know, or you want to plan your 3 months, plan your 6 months, plan your year, then that is for you. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to have this webinar. Hi, Anne. You were actually on my mind today. It was a busy week, but I owe you a phone call. Much love, sister. Monica is saying, what do you do for an email template that showed the breakdown of each gateway program? I love the list of 4. Okay, what did you use for the email template that showed the breakdown of each gateway program? Foundational. I'm not sure. Monica, can you just send me maybe a personal message? I'm not sure what that was or what you were asking. Thank you. It's good to see you. I hope the little guy who's not so little anymore. All right. Oh, Liana, you are so amazing to be up at 2 a.m. I can't believe it. All right, guys. Such just level of commitment. Please go to sleep. Please go to sleep right now. Okay. Such love, such amazing commitment, you guys. Just, I love you all. Thank you. I am going to get this replay out. Liana, get some sleep. Everyone have an amazing night, day, wherever you are listening to this replay. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Give love to Michelle for being here and just answering all the messages. She's answered 80 something, 90, actually 100 plus. We adore you. We are here for you over the next 2 weeks. We don't want you to miss out on any opportunities. Please make sure, if you are seeing this later and you are not on our list, RachelAFeldman.com. On the front is a huge health coach starter kit. You cannot miss it. Sign up. You will automatically be on our list. Do not miss out. Would be ridiculous. And I do firmly believe that everyone does need that extra boost in their business and the time saver. So please feel free to reach out to me. And I look forward to supporting you in your business this year, next year. We have really exciting things happening, as you see. In addition, we have lots that we are planning. And I love you all. Many blessings. And thank you so much. Have an amazing, amazing night. Bye, guys.